Now here's an anime eye in an illustration form. Now this is a different technique that I use when drawing something for illustration rather than manga. So what I first do is I make the base lines. So the first thing I do is I make the base lines using the line tool and paint tool Psi. Now just like with the manga, I make simple shapes for the iris. Not just like in paint tool Psi for the manga stuff, I make simple shapes for the eyelashes. There's the eyelid. There's the second eyelid. And then we got the eyebrows. Now I'm using the pen tool and paint tool Psi. And I rearrange it because I can't draw perfectly in this way because, like I said before, I'm using a separate tablet does not have a screen on it, so it's not going to be a one-to-one like if I was drawing on a tablet with a screen or if I was drawing on paper. And that's okay. It's a very cheap tablet, but it does its job very well. And it's not about the tool, it's how you use it. It's the skill that comes with it that the person has. So don't be discouraged if you don't have the highest in technology. You can still make great art. So as you can see, there's the shape came together, and then there is the iris right here. Did I shape that? Okay. Now let's do a little bit of smile here. Eyes are very expressive, so when I do it like this, when I have the bottom lash going up, that means that the character's smiling. Oops. Okay, now that we got the smiling eye here, that looks okay, but it doesn't look great. So since I have this as the base right here, I'm going to show you my technique to make this look better. So what you want to do is have the brush tool and have a separate layer, and I just go over what I just drew, make the lashes darker, thicker, depending on what I need, and then add more lashes to it. As you can see, I'm just emphasizing what's already there. It's kind of like when you're drawing on paper and you do the pencil lines, and now you're going over it with your actual ink to make it stand out more. And the pencil lines just fade to the background. And for the bottom lash, I usually do a thinner line, because when it's thick like that, when it's thick as the top, it just doesn't look right. Alright, so what do we do about these lines here? Well, I just change the color of them, and I also go over them. You can make them black if you want, but it just depends on what your style is. I like the 90s Disney animation, so that's why I usually do my outlines of like skin tones or the clothes, and like the darker tone of the main color of the skin or clothes, instead of just using black lines. And now this eyebrow, I'm probably going to have to do the same thing as I did with the eyelashes and just outline that. Just gives it a better look. Softer look, not too sharp, not too computerized. Now, what do you do about this, the iris here? You want to make a layer below the eyelash layer. Then you're going to highlight that in, like I said before, a darker color than the main color. Now that that's highlighted, this is where the base pen work comes in, especially with Paint Tool Sai. Now that that's highlighted, now that everything is outlined and all that, you want to color things in. And because I'll take these layers out, because you have the pen layer, these brush layers will be over the pen. So you can use your magic wand tool to fill in the spaces that you want to color. This just makes it easier to fill things in. Like that. And now staying in the same color frame, you just want to get a little bit darker. Then you make the eye center, the iris. And then you color in the top, strokes like that, creating this effect. And what I like to do is like to make a ring at the bottom, like that. Then I go a little bit darker, and then I go to another layer, fill it in like this, and then I blur it. You see that? Now it's looking like anime, right? And then do the shine here, and then here. And still not done with the eye, even though it looks done. This is not all that I do with it. Now I go to a layer that's above the layers that make the iris. And then I just fill that in with white. That creates the illusion that, there's actual light hitting it, and it's not just inside of the iris, it's hitting the entire eye. And then of course you fill in your white here, and then you use your little shadow for the eyelid here, if you can see that. Let's make that a little bit darker. And there you go. That's how I make eyes in an illustration form. So you got the manga way and you got the illustration way. You can do a mixture of both, or you just take bits and pieces and just make it your own. But hopefully that gives you an idea on how to make anime eyes in a digital medium with a cheap tablet.
Want to get your hands on this character artwork, T? Alright, better yet, do you want our artist to turn you into an anime character? Then feature their artwork in one of our speed draw videos, and place your anime self on your own custom t-shirt? Alright, here's how you can make this happen. Order our character and T manga bundle for your chance to win. That's right, we're offering you this character t-shirt, a manga featuring more of our amazing characters and stories, and the chance to be drawn as an anime character by our incredible artist, Justin Ramey. So get in on this limited time offer now at blackstreakanime.com/draw to get your hands on this character T, to get our manga, and a chance to become an anime character.